height, I guess. So I can see why maybe you would love him.
No, me it's the hands.
It's a classic.
I'm not going there, man.
That is why it's called Obenyama. Now you understand.
I like Obenyama because
Hands.
No, because he was.
You said it.
There was an idea of him walking into the locker room, and he was holding a book. The book he was holding is a book called Alchemist.
Hey, it's a good thing you said he was holding a book. You know, I was wondering where this thing was going.
He's not the type that I like. Me, I like the more rugged. Uliambiwa wangu kuna msee alikuwa WhatsApp akakwambia niko tupendaga wanaume wenye wako na mandevu. Obenyama is cute.
Unapenda ndevu?
Hezbo nataka ukavuta zako just jump.
I thought unataka kwa hiyo list but ni sawa.
Fidel hata hajatulia for a minute. Ashajua the drama in studio. Please join us. We're doing a casting for the drama.
I love it. I love it.
This
is good drama. This is good Kenyan drama.
You're here for the drama.
Yes, I'm here for the drama.
But welcome back again. The last
Thank
time
you so much.
you were here, Arsenal were going for a quadruple.
Yes.
McLaren was supposed to win their first 2 races.
Yes.
And
we still wait, the last time he was here, we were
and
fighting for the
apparently
championship.
KCB should be winning the Kenya Cup. Sorry?
The last time he was here, we were winning the Constructors' Championship and Norris also won. So
no. And then after that, you didn't have a DNF or a DNS. You had them. Sorry.
how is Ferrari doing?
Ferrari is quite okay.
Doing okay. Yeah.
Ask another question. I am ready.
No, how is Alpine doing?
But
Alpine
why
is
exactly? Why you asking
Alpine
him
is
about
just
Ferrari?
I'm asking you the wrong question.
Top 10 finishes. McLaren is just Lando giving side eyes. Tuendelee?
And
But
a
after
lot
5 weeks, we'll see.
A lot
changes.
of stairs, very concerning ones. I'm sure if Lando was here, he would be able to openly tell me about the ATP list. Because he's very strong in his
If Lando was
masculine.
here, I'm telling
you
you.
like Lando?
No.
Oh, okay.
If Lando was here, Fidel wouldn't be very comfortable. I can tell you.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying. But
Codes.
Twice his size.
But yeah, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
How's it been since then?
It's been like the F1 break. It's been like a school holiday. But instead of going to the principal day, F1 guys are going to the principal, say, oh my God, the rules are not favoring our team. I've just been chilling, watching the sports, and it's been interesting. Basketball, F1, and I love where F1 is going right
You
now.
love where it's going.
Yeah, because as the last 3 years,
Yes.
I think outside of the controversy in 2021, I feel like the last 3 years has become so boring in terms of watching races. It's one team dominating, and it's one driver who has a machine that can obliterate any opponent. And this is the thing about Red Bull and Max, and I'm not even castigating him. I think he's a brilliant driver, by the way, individual talent. But if you I don't think his teammates have equal machinery in terms of
compared to what
what he
Basically
gets.
the second car.
Yeah.
Yes, and which is weird because I see a lot of fans and also a lot of casual fans trying to say, "Oh, Lewis is not that great," but Lewis had to compete with his teammates. His teammates were real competitors because they had equal machinery, and he had to compete with the likes of other legends. What's his name? The Spanish old guy.
Alonso.
Yeah, I try to remember his name.
Wow.
Spanish old guy.
I'm an old guy myself, but no, he shows his age because it doesn't support. I feel like he's always fighting the younger drivers. He's always saying one or two negative things about Lewis. It's like Lewis lives in his head rent free. So so for me, he's a Spanish old guy.
If you think about it, if you think about Verstappen, the amount of times he's announced a partial retirement or all-out retirement from Formula One, threatening, are more times than he has actually won a race this season.
But you guys are saying all that, and now, based off what has happened so far, he looks like he was right.
No, not necessarily. No. Let me tell you one thing.
The battery part of it.
The whole switching about this whole F1 thing.
But what's up with these complaints right now? When he was dominating, when he had a good car,
exactly my point.
Where was he?
Because that time it was DRS. Yes. Now he has an issue with the battery being charged at a corner.
Do you think that's a problem with him, that he's complaining because he's not getting the podiums?
Exactly.
But yes, it could be partially that, because Max Verstappen is known to have that habit, that tendency. But he has given like solid facts as to why it won't work, and we've already seen that it's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
In terms of
Akina Lewis, everyone is talking about how good
but
it feels.
But the whole crash of Bearman was because of that slowdown on the corner from Colapinto.
Is that driver skill error?
It's the machinery.
No. How come other guys are not crashing?
Because the only good person when it comes to overtakes is Charles Leclerc, and he drives for Ferrari.
Wow.
Such an objective answer.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
being
forgetting
very factual.
a 7-time world champion
who has done what
team.
exactly aside from content with Kim Kardashian?
Has a podium.
Wow.
Has a podium finish with Kim Kardashian.
Oh my God! Charles Leclerc has a podium finish this season as well.
I've been waiting for that.
But in fairness, most men have finished with Kim Kardashian.
Damn.
So it's not like you're breaking a record or you're getting, a Ballon d'Or.
Now imagine if you was putting that energy into actual racing.
Yeah, you'd be far.
No wonder nani umshinda.
No. Who?
Overtake.
Who?
Hey.
Charles Leclerc.
Let me tell you something that has been happening. I think technically the cars are different. And I feel, and this might be controversial to say, but I feel sometimes when it comes to head and push comes to shove, they'll favor Leclerc.
Of course,
Yeah.
we know that.
So you can't say, and then also.
But to be fair,
Yeah.
Hamilton did work with Ferrari engineers to develop the car.
Yeah, and it's
So
his
we would,
second year.
Yeah, so we would be expecting
Yeah.
it to be more in Lewis Hamilton's favor than it is Leclerc.
Do you know how long it took Michael Schumacher to get comfortable in
the
Ferrari?
prestige that he had, yeah.
It took a long time.
This
is the second year for Lewis. And Lewis, I think, is judged by a higher standard than most drivers. I don't know whether it's the color of his skin or the championships he's won.
What he's done.
It's what he's done.
Yeah,
it's what he's done.
but he's judged more than Alonso is still in F1. No one talks about him not having a podium in how many years? 1,500 years.
But it's because people just want him out.
Bro, again, some things are unnecessary. And the views being shared on this show are totally entirely Fidel's, not representing SportyFM.
Listen, you know me, I was never a fan of Alonso when he came to Ferrari, by the way. Let me just put it out there. I think that's when I stopped even watching F1.
No. Oh, really?
Because my expectations growing
Short
up,
fingers or something?
a lot of things are short. But anyway,
Fidel, you are ready for this show.
but like I feel like because the expectation that Schumacher had set, especially for us as children watching him drive, the expectation was very high. Then Alonso came, and then I just felt like kuna venye Ferrari ilienda too down after that.
Yeah, I feel also when teams scout for drivers or athletes, whether it's football, basketball, Formula 1, whatever, it has to be someone who has the same DNA as the team.
Exactly.
And sometimes you feel like most of the athletes who are drafted into certain teams don't fit that mold. And for fans, I'll speak as a Liverpool fan, and I'm not for sacking coaches or whatever, but it feels like, for example, Arne Slot is not suited for what Liverpool is all about.
Yet he won the
league, but it's all about passion, and it's not about pragmatism most of the time when it comes to sports. Yes. and as fans, we want to see the passion on the pitch. We want to see the passion on the racetrack. And sometimes when you see these drivers driving for certain teams, you're like, that's weird. But for example, when Lewis signed for Ferrari, I found that to be like, that was a coup for Ferrari. I found that to be excellent.
But don't they think right now a hand to a glove would have been Kimi Antonelli at Ferrari?
No. You know why? I feel like it was a strategic signing. Let me tell you why. Charles Leclerc has the potential to be a very good driver for Ferrari, but he doesn't have. How
many years?
No, but wait, he's still very young. Don't make it seem like.
But how many years at Ferrari?
You calm down. Can I land my point?
Yes.
Anyway, I feel like Ferrari signing Hamilton was a strategic move.
Yes.
Because to be honest, Charles Leclerc wasn't a disciplined driver when we see even till now the things that he does.
Yes.
You needed someone who he can mirror and learn from, who has the name and the prestige that Ferrari usually look for.
Yeah.
So I feel like Lewis Hamilton coming to Ferrari, we're not gonna forget that.
Yeah, but you see, Lewis was a young driver as well.
Yeah, but not
second year he won. He won the championship.
Yeah, but now
first year he became runners-up.
But that's why you see he was the perfect signing for Ferrari at the time for Charles Leclerc to partner him.
Yeah, I guess you need a mentor. Everyone needs a mentor.
So can Russell mentor really Antonelli?
No.
Russell akona kawivu.
And Antonelli
not
is
Kawivu.
Yet he's second in the driver standing with 63
It's
points.
okay, let him be
Antonelli
second.
72.
I think that really hurts him. It's aching at him because at the moment, why Russell can't be a mentor? He hasn't won anything yet, so he feels like this is his time. And some of the pressers before the season and after the season started, the way he was talking. He was so confident, like this year is my year. So all of a sudden, Kimi Antonelli has come in and thrown the rule book out of the window, and it feels like, oh my God, now I have a competitor in the same car, in the same beast that we're driving, and he's young, and people love him, and that has to play at you, psychologically. So I feel like at the moment he can't be a mentor. Lewis Hamilton would be a great mentor because mentor. At least he's seen it, he's done it all. Alonso. No, because
but it's only the three of them who could do it. It's either Russell, it's either Alonso, because they are more advanced. To be honest, right now, if you look at and maybe Carlos Sainz and these guys, because if you look at most of the top drivers right now, they're all extremely young.
Yes, and is that teams going cheap?
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I think it's longevity
has
for
always gone for
the younger guys.
Versus experience.
The younger guys.
but if you look at I'm just looking at
and that laugh tells thank you that you noticed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at F1 in the past. In the past maybe 10 years, and if you looked at the rosters, you had the Raikkonens of this world, the Lewis Alonso's guys they were young but experienced. Guys who are 25 and over. But you feel like nowadays teams are churning out and changing drivers like clothes. Like a driver will have 3 bad races or something, demoted to the B team, and then promote the other driver.
I mean, look at Tsunoda, manze.
Yes, you see that's
but Yuki was set up, and there's no one who's convincing me otherwise.
Was set up.
That second car.
That second car is doing.
That's why I really
but you say
want.
That, but now Haja
that's the reason why I want.
Haja is doing impressive.
He's doing laps around Verstappen,
and that's what I really want. I really want Haja to have more podium finishes than Max this season. Let him erupt.
But Max Engineer is leaving.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that will affect Max stay at Red Bull?
Of course it will, and I don't get this F1 announcements that happened 2 years before.
Yeah, 2 years
like
before.
I don't get that, because also like you're a lame duck in the company. People won't trust you. Information won't be shared, freely. I don't know. It hurts the team overall. Right. So I don't know if Red Bull can improve, although they're looking to get upgrades for Miami or whatever. I don't know. But I like where Max is in the position this season, because it brings out the competition in the no, it's not hating.
First of all, you as a 4-week-old McLaren fan should be happy where Max is.
Hey, it's not 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
But also McLaren, man. You have a lot to answer for, man.
But I feel like McLaren
a lot in terms of Piastri is in his first race finished second, and he was almost to win
sabotage him the way he did
last season.
I know.
Yeah, that one really hurt.
McLaren and Mercedes, you guys tend, aside from the fact that you're cousins, you even play from the same rule book. You have favorites within the team.
Yeah, and I think it was.
How did Mercedes have favorites?
Mercedes initially had George Russell.
Yes.
But now, because Toto Wolff likes Kimi Antonelli, George Russell hana bahati. You can't remember last season when there was a I don't know which Grand Prix it was, but there was a time. You remember?
Yeah.
There's a time literally Russell told the guys,
was asking
tell
Toto
Kimi
Wolff.
Antonelli to slow down because I need to pass.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
He's done that to Lewis as well. Imagine.
Yes.
He's like, are we racing or what? and for me, I feel like this is where sports has gone wrong in the recent past. And I feel maybe somebody will look at me and say, oh, it's an old guy talking, old head complaining about stuff. But you never saw. Give you a perfect example, the way LeBron right now is, and LeBron is an old guy, and I don't know why he has all these young tendencies. And you compare him to Michael Jordan. Every time LeBron talks, he talks about himself. I've done this, I've done that. And when you interview Michael Jordan, he never talks about himself.
It was about the team.
It's about the team. He always says he gives props to other athletes before him, or his peers, or the new guys coming up. LeBron always says, there's some certain things, like the recent quote he did, there's some certain things I do better than Michael Jordan.
Hey.
Brother, what better things can you?
Brother.
and I respect, LeBron is a great athlete. He's been a great NBA player. But what can you do that is better than Michael Jordan? When you look at the stats, because we're so, accustomed to analytics nowadays, he has his career average in assists are 7 assists. But when you look at Michael Jordan's, there's 6 assists. You're like one more assist than Michael Jordan.
It's like De Niro comparing himself to Al Pacino.
They'll
never compare. They'll say, you know what, our commonalities.
Yes,
because they've always been rivals, and they've produced very great movies.
Yes.
And then you leave that to the pundits and the fans.
Yeah,
talk
let
about
us
it.
be the ones to talk about who's
yes.
better.
Yes.
You play the game.
Yeah, and that's what I feel about even F1 when Max complains. Just go out there and drive. You might have issues with the car. Talk to your team about the issues that you're having. But I've never had, for example, Lewis Hamilton. The only complaints he has is his team. He always complains about the team. We need to do this. We need to do this. But he's not going to say, "Oh, FIA are sabotage." Even when they did, obviously, sabotage him in 2021, he came out. I'm putting Max in that position, and I'm wondering how he would have reacted. Or his former boss.
Retired.
Also, another discussion.
He's been retiring for so long.
Also, another discussion we need to have is the other emerging teams that are actually doing well this season. Is it that they understood these new technologies, these new rules better than the rest? I mean, you're looking at the constructors table. Haas is 4th.
Yes.
Haas.
Hey, but they have
fourth.
Haas have a very good driver environment.
Racing Bulls are 7th.
Yeah.
Audi are 8th. Audi have points than Aston Martin.
Yeah, Aston Martin will be
Audi
there.
is the former Sauber, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now, because now you said it,
because you had to bring it up.
Alpine 5th.
Yeah.
Well, Alpine have had a good season. Let's give them their flowers.
Even Pierre Gasly is finishing ahead of Max.
Yeah.
So what have this, in your estimation, Fidel, what have these new teams done differently from the so-called established that you're having Racing Bulls under Alpine and Haas?
I feel like off the bat, I'd say they have nothing to lose. You know, so they're going for it. A team which has Gasly, which has experienced drivers, Colapinto, they're now more experienced. They're coming into their own. But you see in teams
Oliver Behrman is a young man.
Yes,
he's 19 years old.
Yeah. But at least he has racing experience. You know what I mean. And then you have teams like Cadillac who are struggling with experienced drivers, but they're new to the to F1 and they're new to the technology, maybe part of it, so they're struggling. But to the other teams, I feel like they have nothing to lose. They're experimenting more, and these new rules. That's why I have an issue with teams when they went on a break. They complained about the adjustments and the new rules. These new rules are favoring every team.
Queen Nicky said it's this beginning.
Everyone is a rookie.
Everyone is a rookie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you adapt or you die.
To everyone.
You know. Yeah. And what has really impressed me is people like even Lewis, who's adapted and is enjoying his racing right now. But now when you come and complain, I'm so nervous about watching today.
The practice today is at 7 p.m.
Yeah, and the sprint quali is at 11, right?
Yes. Let me just.
So I'm nervous about that because
it's
I'm
11
like
p.m. today.
11 p.m. Yes.
Yeah. So 11 p.m. Right? Sorry. So
But the practice one starts at 7.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So dinner and practice. Okay.
Oh, I saw what you did right there. So he needs a novel adaptation kutoka novel yako kwenye the one that you're reading. So umesikia kana nasema needs to be a dragon. Go on.
Big hands anything. Anyway, so I feel like if teams adapt well,
right,
they will do well. But I'm so scared and nervous about what they've done now. Meaning, will we have the same predictable order come the qualies tonight at 11 p.m.? Will we have the same predictable order come race Sunday and quali tomorrow?
I think if that happens, Fidel, Aston Martin needs to change everything.
Yeah, what
happened? From the guy who changes the tire to the guy at the top.
What's happening apart from having a bad driver?
They brought in some
components.
The
components hawaelewani nazo.
Yes.
But the amount of money that they spent.
I mean, you were telling me yesterday, Lance Stroll's father.
The Lance Stroll's father.
The amount of money.
Yeah.
But even now, when you think about it like that, even the drivers.
Yeah. I don't think they have the right fit.
Like Lance Stroll just waits for the second turn for him to crash.
Yeah.
Or like anazima hiyo power switch anakanyaga waya.
Aende wapi na babake.
Also, I like that.
Yeah. But outside of that, I think Alonso should be doing better.
Yeah.
Honestly, should be doing better.
But I think Aston Martin did the same thing Ferrari did when they brought in Lewis Hamilton, bringing in Alonso to try and help Lance Stroll. Although in my opinion, Lance Stroll is not a driver.
But I think Ferrari brought Lewis because of marketing.
It was the business
marketing.
aspect.
The business aspect is
really?
yes. No, outside of his skills. That's an additional thing you have.
No, what
To
is he
get more
marketing? Like
fans-
he's marketing the Kardashians' new season.
And also to get more
How
fans
does
into
it help
Ferrari,
Ferrari?
and into Kardashian.
I hear.
Come on, Ferrari.
I don't think there's an issue with fans getting into
man,
Kardashians.
It's Ferrari.
Yeah, but Kim loves red, right?
No, it's the only way she could get next to a. It's the only way she could get next to a Ferrari because she was written off the list.
Hey!
Oh, okay.
Hey!
Okay,
These jabs between Fidel and
Nicolette.
Bana, absolute cinema where I'm sitting. No pun intended, by the way.
I'm just saying, like.
But it's true. She's literally Googled it. She's not allowed to buy a Ferrari, so how do I get to ride one?
But she rode one.
Wow, okay. I got that a bit late.
Hey!
It's too early in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
The thoughts are laboring, I can see. But we say about getting an experienced driver to help out the rookie driver. Cadillac went for experience both ways. Bottas, Perez.
The rentals. No, I feel like the rentals. You bring in experienced guys 2-3 years, then now you start bringing in you start looking at the drivers who are good. You've developed your car well. These guys are here to develop this car for somebody else.
But don't you think now the lack of experience later on, because if you're thinking 2 to 3 years and still Cadillac haven't gotten to a point whereby they can attract even guys like, for example, Bortoleto from Audi or the likes of Haja or even Liam Lawson from Racing Bulls, that they have now to go to the academy into Formula 2 to get these drivers. But again, they need their own academy drivers to take them through the hall.
But a great motivator is not having a seat in F1. People will take any seat.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you find one of those drivers doesn't have a seat come 2-3 years and they're called by Cadillac, trust me, they're jumping on that opportunity. But somebody like Ricardo, if Ricardo is called right now, don't you think
he will?
Ricardo right now
I would want Ricardo to come back though.
Yeah. So I feel these guys are here for a short time, not a good time, not a long time, for a good time.
But there's also the fact that
Drake, I can see you doing
but there's also the fact that Bottas also helps when it comes to the engineering and the knee part. So you can understand why they went for them.
For Bottas, I would understand his ego. He doesn't have a big ego in terms of he can he's copacetic with most of the drivers he's driven with. I think it was a good fit, but we'll see. I think it's still a team in development. And you said attracting drivers, other drivers, if they get the engineering right. In that period of time, they'll attract anyone.
Maybe they go for Yuki Tsunoda.
Yuki is
but do you think you're getting Yuki from the bench? Yeah, Red Bull.
Yeah,
you have to outbid that contract.
But he would, because what is he doing right now?
He's waiting for the Haja or Verstappen.
Just
free trips.
He lapped around the world.
And few cameos on the camera, looking at the screens.
Kwani is a wag.
Well,
It's great.
We'll ask Lando.
Break, no. Hey, Fidel, no. We need to go for
Lando.
The views again are of Fidel. When we come back, more sports. Where? To ask Lando.
Also joined by Nyamari Hesbon.
Mbona siku hizi umenini? You know while I was away he switched his name.
Yeah.
No, I'm growing up.
He got a checkbook and now he's bougie.
He's referring to it that way.
Nyamari Hesbon.
Nicolette, please don't do that.
Hey.
Our millennial, we use our fingers.
No, Nicolette. Hey! Can you please introduce our guest today? Hey.
Use your fingers,
We watched wrestling. Come on, man. We grew up watching wrestling. We used our fingers a lot.
Yeah, to poke eyes. There's nothing more. Stop using wrestling
to like, you know, that thing that I like doing.
the call out, yes.
And those other stuff that almost got me suspended in school. Not the ones that you... Oh, my God.
Can you first of all introduce the guest in studio?
You guys, it's 9 a.m. Okay.
Yes.
We are joined by...
Fidel Maithya. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. I've been kidnapped.
I'm going to ask you today. What are you doing here? I know you're my guest, but...
I'm blinking twice, guys.
Scared to fingers.
Wrestling.
Even tu unajua hamukwangi na nini.
Imagination.
Si just imagination.
The same imagination this weekend that Alpine fans will have, the same imagination that Haas fans will have, the same imagination, to be perfectly honest, Audi, Williams, and Cadillac fans will have, is that, you know, with a new, because I still call it the new season is starting now. With that starting, there is hope that, you know what, they can make sure that these other big teams cannot win it in Miami or give a good account of it. That is Mercedes. That is Ferrari. That is... McLaren. Sijasahau McLaren, relax.
I'm nervous for Ferrari.
Why are you shouting on your microphone so much so I can capture you on my microphone?
But Fidel, what should we expect? Should we expect the normal, like Mercedes, like we've seen Ferrari?
I think this is good for Mercedes. Ferrari are in trouble. I think with this new adjustments they were doing, this 5-week break, it was to, I think, hinder the race starts in terms of some teams had an advantage with race starts, and
particularly the
Ferrari. The last 3 races Ferrari have been so good and quick.
Some of the things that they have changed, they have increased the minutes of practice into 90 minutes.
That's
just
good
for everyone to get the idea around all the squeaks and bits and bobs of that engine stroke hybrid setup.
I hope they have enough fuel. I mean, with all this happening in the Straits of Hormuz.
But
for 90 minutes practice. I see what she did.
No. You know, if you have an older car, sulfur will be like, but the engine Nigeria.
This is fine.
You need to tiari as a money.
That's the thing, man. No. So we're not going to buy new cars at the moment. Just park your motor, don't fuel.
If it's new, there are those fuel cleaners and all that. You can buy them. We're advising you because we're talking about motorsport right now. Sulfur contents have gone up 50 grams in your fuel. So if you have a newer car, just get it cleaned up with a fuel cleaner. Older cars, you guys are OGs.
This is a public service announcement.
It is a public service announcement.
Talking about F1, there's been this rumor going around that the Miami Grand Prix that we're very excited about may be halted because of the weather.
The weather.
Rains,
there's a 40% chance of rain, right? It might, but
I know there'll be a strike after that.
We pray.
Guys have waited too long.
Is that an advantage to Max because he likes it wet when it's raining?
What does Max like?
Like he likes it wet. Hilda reminds me every time about that. Like
Hilda,
he performs better
when it's raining.
Let's stop the show. No, there's no going on.
No, even my point wasn't hard.
Like after a 10 p.m. podcast we're doing here, bana.
I swear, me, I'm a child. I'm a child. I haven't grown up.
Nimesema apige makazini wake Minnesota waende wasote yo mvua isianguke.
Yes. Enough pale Minnesota.
Shanza kusema wewe Max.
But it's true. It's serious.
Because pale kwa Timberwolves it's a problem.
But we are good.
Timberwolves have advanced.
Your ice hockey team has also advanced. Minnesota Wilds.
My cousins.
Now, where do you think
you guys watch ice hockey?
With water?
I love ice hockey.
She has made us watch it, by the way.
I've gotten all of them to watch it.
No. She has made Hesbon watch it.
But they're fully clothed. Why do you like ice hockey?
I'll show you.
Okay, Fidel.
No, I'm just going by a history.
By her history.
No, like sports history.
Sports history.
Sports history.
Because you know MMA nini.
You saved it at the last.
Yes.
I mean, now this weekend we're having practice session 1 today at 7 p.m. Kenyan time.
Yes.
And we talked about the sprint qualifying happening at 11:30 this evening. Again, 40% of the weather being that bad. And Queen Nikki, stop showing people your reels because people won't concentrate in the studio. Thank you very much. In terms of the practice session, and now with all these elements that have been added, Queen Nikki, this goes to you, and then everyone else can contribute in.
Yeah.
The issue has been last season DRS worked well. Most drivers weren't complaining about it. This season, the battery charge that gives me that added boost. Yet all of them have 1,000 horsepower in terms of their engine, but that extra battery boost is what gives you that overtaking power. Do you think Verstappen will go back and say, yes, I know it has been 5 weeks, you guys have tried everything, but the bottom line is we are relying on battery to overtake.
Yeah. Because the only time they usually charge up is when that
taking
overtake.
the corner. And Colapinto's accident with Berman highlights that the slower you go in those corners, apparently, the battery charge is faster. You know, dynamo.
It's just a strategy. It's also understanding the strategy, how the team wants to work it out. And I think the 5 weeks gap needs to have helped even Akina Red Bull and Akina Max to understand more, because he's been really struggling and complaining. Even the last race in Japan, he didn't finish because he had the... he was forced to pit. I don't understand why it's becoming an issue even for him, but now hope they have understood.
I can tell you why it's becoming an issue for Max.
And also the issue, but finish first and then
he wants to drive the same way he was driving with the old car.
And
he has refused to basically adjust.
I mean, he went to Nuremberg. He raced with a different car,
because he said he wants to feel that the passion of driving and blah blah blah. But I think the only reason why dinosaurs are extinct is because they refuse to evolve. Max Verstappen needs to look at himself and decide whether he wants to evolve or retire once and for all.
For the T-Rexes, they couldn't hold like a gate because of short arms. That's why.
Really
Fidel.
Yes.
There are a lot of humans with short arms and they're fine.
Are they?
I can't do this anymore. Please take over the show.
No,
what do you think though about Max?
I think
I thought it was about extinction.
I think he needs to adapt.
Yes.
And I think the major issue with this thing, I think Louis said it well. He said this is like karting. We used to have a yo-yo effect in terms of you overtake, I overtake. It's sort of the same concept.
Yeah.
I feel it's a skill issue as well.
Yeah.
There are drivers who really, during the off-season, put in work with these cars, and they know how to adjust, where to charge their batteries and where to overtake, and when not to charge your battery and not have battery to maintain your lead or whatever. But I think with Max, he's just refused to.
Yeah.
And I think it's an issue. That's the issue. He's refused to learn. He's refused to adapt. That's why he's in the position he is right now. And he's complaining. And I feel he's throwing all these toys out of the pram because he's used to a certain way of things in terms of the order of the way F1 has been for the last 5-6 years.
Right.
So for him, I think this is new territory for him. And I think
it's new territory for everyone.
Exactly.
But he's not looking at it from that angle.
He's the spoiled kid. But also the McLaren's, Lando, the defending champion, is not having it pretty.
But he hasn't complained about the car, though. I'll give Lando that.
Well, apart from the DNSs, they had both cars.
You see, Lando said I remember he even took shots at Max Akimwambia. If he doesn't want to drive this car, you can retire as well. Because it's a chance to change the sport and make it a bit more exciting. Either adapt to it.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about adaptations, Fidel, and this is what I wanted to ask you earlier on. Away from the drive terrain, they have been having issues with the braking system.
Yes.
I mean, Max Verstappen has been there.
Had
an issue with the braking system.
I think
Kaja. Kimi Antoleni, towards the last lap of his victory, had an issue with the braking system to a point where he almost spun out.
I think that's an issue that needs to be addressed. But I think someone like Max...
These are 3 different teams.
Yeah, 3 different teams. But I think someone like Max should be used to braking issues. He crashes into people all the time. But that being said, I think it's an issue where safety is a paramount concern, and of course, if 3 teams are struggling with the braking issue, there's a problem, of course. But I feel like majority of the teams are not complaining.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Mercedes, it's more of 2 drivers competing. It's not on the electronics. If you look at the likes of Haas, if you look at the states,
Ferrari are battling with each other.
Ferrari are making Formula 1 from what Formula 1 used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So that battle
for me, I would change nothing. I would change absolutely nothing.
You change absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, history of Formula 1 today being the 1st of May. There's a lot riding on this day. On May 1st, 1994, Ayrton Senna lost his life at Imola after an accident during the San Marino Grand Prix.
I listened to that accident on BBC. I was listening to the F1 coverage, man. It was like they said Ayrton crashed.
Yes.
And then later in the morning, I woke up, they announced he was, anyway.
And in the same race also, Ronald Reitzberger also died in that race in Imola back in 1994. Now, we know so well about Ayrton Senna and his accomplishment, and some of them, I mean, even right now, not have been replicated. Senna's record remains part of Formula 1's history. 41 Grand Prix victories, 65 pole positions, 80 podiums, and world titles in 1988, 1990, and 1991. But numbers alone cannot explain why his memory still feels so close to Formula 1 fans. Ayrton is not only remembered for what he won, he's also remembered for the way he drove. The way he drove.
When athletes were athletes.
Bro, it was a manual transmission.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the steering wheel.
It was on the side. Yeah.
You could feel the engine. What Verstappen is complaining about right now, during Ayrton Senna's days, he would have really enjoyed it.
So the thing I can say about
that guy was driving fast. He's winning a race. And there was Ayrton Senna.
But you see, all these things also is what led to F1 improving and making the sport more safer for the drivers.
The security.
And even making it better.
Yeah, and I think that's the part where Verstappen has completely refused to listen.
Yeah.
Because when we look at Oli Behrman's crash, if we put it back into the 90s, that was a fatality.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And then the
barricades were not softened up.
And then the rest would continue.
And then
that's the saddest part.
Yeah, that's the saddest part. I was going to say that's
the
only thing I like about the modern era is safety is paramount.
Yes.
Like, would not have a situation like Senna's back in the day. 2 fatalities in one race is
Ricky
crazy.
Launder's accident, obviously burning up his face and all that. That would not have happened, But that being said, like Quinikia said, improvements on the safety of the drivers has been paramount towards now. But Ayrton Senna would always be remembered 32 years later on. Ayrton Senna still lives in our memory. What a legend in the game. And also, our thoughts still go to the family of Schumacher, Michael Schumacher. And at the end of the day, with the recoveries and everything happening, again, another legend of the game. And I'm sure both of those guys would have wanted to race in this Miami. Because Miami, man, claying out the strip.
Yeah.
For a race. That's something else, man.
But I don't know, when people talk about athletes from Kitambo and ask them if they would want to compete, if they were healthy, if they were still in shape, I feel like sometimes there's a mental switch.
Okay.
With athletes. And for me, I've experienced it personally because I used to play basketball. It figures a point in your life. You're like, I'm done. And when you're done, it's so dangerous because you're even done with the sport, even following the sport.
Okay.
Yeah, people like the late great Kobe Bryant, for example.
Yes.
The way he was going, he wanted to do nothing with the sport of basketball, except for his daughter, because the daughter was passionate. But if it wasn't for the daughter, that guy was done. He was into film, it was into in the arts, entertainment. His mindset had shifted. And that's what I feel like most athletes, even F1 drivers, there's some, like, have you had Nigel Mansell speak of late? No. I think the other day he just came out to support Lewis, but he was done. When he finished, he was finished. He's not a pundit. Yeah, he doesn't do F1 tours and stuff unless it's Silverstone. He appears.
Yes.
But when that mental switch checks in, Michael Jordan, for example, went to NASCAR immediately. Like him is done.
Golf,
NASCAR, that's it. That's his life. So that's why I laugh when people talk about the GOAT debate and stuff. Everyone has an opinion except him. Him is done. Him is enjoying his money. Us guys were in our bed sitters,
living life.
Jordan is
being social media keyboard warriors.
Bed sitters.
No offense.
No, you said that. So the four of us in studio, we're in bed sitters.
Yeah,
it's fine. I'll accept that.
Like one big bed sitter.
What are you saying about?
That's Nairobi.
What are you saying about Nairobi?
Yeah. True.
But if ever there was a fantasy conversation and everything Fidel said is erased and would have prime Ayrton Senna, prime Schumacher. prime Lewis Hamilton.
That to be something.
Aye,
that
prime,
to be something.
But Lewis Hamilton is
Verstappen.
still prime. Come on, man.
He's past his
Okay, sir, Mercedes Lewis Hamilton.
Excuse me, Nicola.
Still prime-ish. And you know that's a lot coming from me considering I don't
Oh,
really
okay,
like him.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine how that race would have been?
How to, but
different sets of mentalities in the way they drive.
That's why I have an issue with the modern era.
Okay.
So no, I still love F1
Yes.
and everything. But can you imagine? Back then, you used to have Nigel Mansell, you had Ayrton Senna, you had Damon Hill, all these guys with the experience, and all of them champions in their own right, racing. It was so competitive. What the last 5 years has shown us, and I don't know why FIA was just encouraging that thing. One person, one team dominating, and they actually thought that was interesting.
But if you say that in the 90s, it was Ferrari dominating.
But
even in Le Mans,
they're interchanging. Who would have thought Damon Hill would be a world champion?
No one.
Yeah, no one. No one. Nigel Mansell being a world champion.
I mean, no one would have thought Rubens Barrichello would be a
world champion.
Yes.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we had competitors across the paddocks.
Yeah.
So in short, what you're saying is there's less competition right now.
But don't you feel like the switch up now is going to create that competition all over again?
I hope, with this new season, I hope that will happen.
Because now there's a Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren conversation.
There's a Haas.
There's a Haas huko ndani
There's
sana.
a Haas that's being so deadly.
You're just now one crash away from a World Constructors Championship. So you crash, you lose points. If you crash into each other, that's why. Let me tell you, if Lewis Hamilton wasn't driving for Ferrari,
Yes,
would have been having. If it was Sainz and Leclerc,